Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards. We're bringing you another exciting card show recap and review just for you, all my friends out there in YouTube land. So, as you can see in front of you, some decent pickups, not as many as usual, probably a good deal less than what I've shown you in the last few pickup videos like this. This was just a difficult show to find things at, believe it or not, and didn't end up spending a lot of money. But before we get into that, this is the show that I got COVID from for the second time, and boy, I was not pleased. No amount of sports cards is worth getting that nonsense again. So, I could go on an entire rant and ramble about it. I will do my best not to. But as I said, I was a very unhappy camper, as they say in my neck of the woods. You know, and I most likely will wear masks going forward once the quote-unquote immunity runs out, as this it's just not worth it, man. It's really not worth it. Stuck in an isolated room for over a week while I tried to get rid of the dang thing. Like, it was just not worth it. And I wish more folks would, take care not to infect others when they're sick. That's all I've got to say about that. I'm, not trying to get political or anything on here, but it's just, I mean, come on, be nice to your neighbor, or, whatever you happen to believe in. It's just the way things should be. That's that. I'll try to leave it there. But some nice pickups here. But the real question is, the question that I will pose to you, my friends out there, were these pickups worth braving the sickness that is that nasty COVID? Were they worth it? So, as you can see, some graded stuff in the background. We'll probably get to that at the end. But a quick summation of what we did at the show here. It was another 20-some tables, maybe 20 tables, actually. I want to say maybe even less. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff happening in the area. And had I known that there was going to be less than that, and obviously also had I known I was going to get sick, which you never know, I certainly would not have attended this show. It simply wasn't worth it for the pickups. But this was a cost of $80. I believe it's like 39 cards, which puts me at a cost of about $2.05 per. And we're going to go ahead and reveal the value per card, as well as the number one card at the end, the most valuable card, as we tend to do in this little series here. But let's start with the little small pile of singles that we have here. Most everything here was value box plays, including the ones in the back. They were graded value boxes, essentially, at one guy's table, which I'll get into. But everything that you see here came from either a $1 or 50-cent box that a nice gentleman always has at the show. He deals with a lot of bulk, so he tends to just put a lot of nice stuff in his cheaper boxes. So I spend, almost every time I go to this show, I want to say I spend at least an hour and a half, maybe, going through all of his value boxes, because there's just always such nice stuff. And, the first card's really no different. Jackson Churio. Unfortunately, the Brewers no longer in the playoffs, but he, not for lack of trying. I mean, especially him. He had 2 home runs. He had a home run stealing grab in the one game, but unfortunately the Mets did overcome them and knock them out. So this guy looks like he has a real promising future in the major leagues. So born in 2004, right? So yeah, it makes him, he's 20 years old. Whew. I think he might be the youngest player in baseball, if I remember that stat correctly, in the majors. And we have a Topps Finest. So we're going to get into some higher end stuff. As I've said numerous times before, when it comes to value box plays, one of the number one things to look for is just high-end brands or higher-end brands. This is from the Topps Finest. I want to say it was like Archives or something like that. It was like a throwback set that they did for 23. I don't think they've done it yet for 24 if they intend on doing it. But Finest Phenoms, Francisco Alvarez from those streaking Mets. Who knows? As always, Finest has the little designation there of this is just a common. There are uncommon, rare. I think it even goes up to super rare, but I could be mistaken on that when it comes to their cards, which is always something neat to look for. But then we have some more just standard Topps Finest. In fact, a bunch. We have the Arrivals die cut cards. Look at those. Got like a Green Lantern for those of you that are fans of comic books. Almost got a Green Lantern look to it. But once again, oh yeah, so these don't have, common or anything like that. These are just inserts. Arrivals, Junior Caminero, Sidon Rafaela. Not going to pass up a really nice die cut of solid rookies or promising rookies, even that. Again, I think all of these were 50 cents until we get to the end. You'll see the ones that were marked for $1. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Finest Rookies. And check this one out. Never expected to see that in a 50-cent box. Jackson Holiday. I don't want to talk about the fact that the Birds underperformed yet again. It's still a sore spot, but hey, I'm going to continue to support them, and hopefully they'll break out one of these years, and we'll get ourselves a World Series title that we haven't had since '83. Now, this is pretty cool. Wyatt Langford, he may have been the hottest rookie the final season of Major League Baseball. I believe he was, I forget if he was Rookie of the Month or American League Player of the Month, something like that. But he absolutely killed it the last month. And two different ones here. You'll see this is kind of what Finest does if you're not familiar. Common, and then this guy here is a rare. So very, very cool. Definitely awesome to add those to the rookie box. And then yet another, even more high-end set here with the, what is this, Pristine, I believe. Topps Pristine Mason Wynn. Once again, 50 cents. I want to say the value on just this card was like $4 or something like that. So another promising young guy coming up. Yu Darvish, Topps rookie. Having a nice career. Brandon Woodruff should be back to full strength and pitching for the Brewers next year. They definitely missed him this year. Now a couple of Ripkens. I'm never going to pass those up, especially at 50 cents. 93 Classic. A really cool All-Star Fan Fest card that Upper Deck made back in the day. And an 87 Fleer. And now another thing I've told you guys time and time again, I'm really into like the 90s, early 2000s inserts. Check out this Upper Deck Ionics Shockwave Barry Bonds. Once again, 50 cents. Not going to pass it up. It's nice. It's in really nice shape. Bonds might not be my favorite player, but that's a super nice insert. Larry Doby. It's like the second or third time I've found him at a card show. Not going to pass up MLB Showdown, especially at 50 cents. Now some metal. Another set you all know that I absolutely adore. Metal Universe. These are the Universal Language inserts. Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell and a guy who didn't quite live up to the hype, Jose Cruz Jr. A couple big league cards. Kyle Stowers, no longer with the Orioles. And Gunnar Henderson. 8-bit ballers. Absolutely love that set. And now we have some Bowman Chrome Mega cards. Easy pickups for 50 cents. Because, look at the Bowman Chrome that just came out. That a good portion of these cards probably came out of. Shoot, I'm not going to remember off the top of my head, but I want to say it's like 35 cards a box, and they're right around $50. So, it's more than $1 a card. So getting them at 50 cents, complete no-brainer. So took a swing at some of the young guys that are still kind of coming up and are bigger names in the minors. You got Jacob Berry with the Marlins, Justin Crawford, who's amongst the top few names for the Phillies farm system. Not exactly sure how to say his first name. Jose de Paula, maybe. And we have Division de los Santos first for the Diamondbacks. So all guys that you'll probably see within the next couple years in the majors. And then also a mojo of Riley Green, of those darn Tigers that are hanging in there. I know they may have lost definitely lost the first game of the divisional series, but man, they handled their business against the Stros, didn't they? And now another guy that's still hanging on in the playoffs for the Phillies, Alec Bohm. Love Topps Black Gold. Not going to pass that up. And then these are the only dollar cards I picked up. Xander Bogaerts, rookie from Archives. Justin Turner, Bowman Chrome. Completely forgot he was even with the Mets. And Key Bryant Hayes, first Bowman Chrome. So a guy that finally took the Gold Glove from Nolan Arenado in the National League last season. It'll be interesting to see what happens this year. And now a bunch of cards. I think these all came from my buddy, Mr. 95 Cents. Always fun talking with him, dealing with him. Just a nice fella. Definitely check out his stuff on YouTube if you haven't already. Stadium Club. I believe this is 95. Cause and Effect, Cal Ripken. Not going to pass up Cal, that's for sure. Gunnar Henderson, 22 greatest hits. May have it, not sure, but no-brainer to pick up either. Cooper Kupp, just a plain old like Panini card. I'm not even really sure what this came out of. It was a little bit more difficult to look up, but again, if he stays healthy, he's such a good player, but he has such issues staying healthy, unfortunately. Adley Rutschman, Topps Chrome Update, rookie. Had himself a bit of a down year since the All-Star break, so really a bit of a down year overall. And like the rest of the Orioles, didn't do anything in the playoffs. Another excellent stuff to look for in the value box, museum collection. Not a cheap one. So definitely going to pick that up. Just a gorgeous card, and I think he's going to do fine. Same with Adley. Juan Soto, Topps Gallery rookie card. You know, maybe not the most pleasing painting or, you know, however they made those cards, but Juan Soto's just a beast. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up next year. And Sam Darnold, who's just taking names in the NFL. So definitely going to get my hands on some of his rookies. He's just doing amazingly up there in Minnesota. So it's good for him because he was awesome in college. And he was tossed into what I think was a pretty bad situation with the Jets. And once they were done with him, he floated a little bit and looks to maybe have landed on his feet now with the Vikes. So good for him. And then now the graded cards that I hinted at the beginning of our little video here. So this guy always has value boxes of graded stuff, which is awesome. Unfortunately, it might also prove to be the beginning of what some have called junk slabs, where cards have just been, so many cards have been graded that they really don't or aren't going to retain any value whatsoever. Like, for example, none of these were how much even grading costs right now. I think the cheapest grading that I saw is about $15. I didn't pay $15 for any of these. In fact, barely paid more than that for all three of them. So the way he rated them was, if it's a 9, it was $9. 9.5, I believe, was also $9. So whatever the grade was what it costed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, convert that to dollars. So Jacob deGrom, 24 Bowman Prospects. Bowman Chrome first. Graded a 9. Corey Seager, his first Bowman Chrome Draft Prospects card from 2010, graded a 9. As you can see, old sticker for $20 on that guy there. And lastly, I thought this one was really cool, especially in such a high grade. Not a guy that I think ever gets anywhere near the Hall of Fame or anything, but he was an excellent player when he was around. I mean, he's only been retired now for a year or two. Eric Hosmer. And it's a X-Fractor from 2011 Topps Chrome. Rated a 9.5 from Beckett. So, and that is the most valuable card here. It is a 9.5. Like I said, it appears to be worth in the range of 20 bucks, which is pretty awesome. So the total value for everything that you've seen here is about 92 bucks versus the $80 spend. So successful in making a few bucks on this guy, or whatever you want to call it. And the value per card is about $2.36. So right in the realm of making about a quarter per card, if you want to look at it that way. So as I said, fun little show. But let me know in the comments down below, were these pickups worth the sickness? As I'm sure it will, or is alluded to in the title to the video. But love card shows, you know, definitely not going to stop going to them anytime soon. I think I'm just going to take some more measures to keep myself healthier. That's you know, pretty much all you can do. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get you on out of here. A relatively shorter one today. Once again, thanks for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. If you could head down below, click the subscribe button, click the like while you're there if you like content like this, as I go to card shows as absolutely as often as possible. And we'll definitely be bringing you some more content just like this, as well as our standard openings. We do videos every Monday and Friday, so definitely come along for the ride. Would appreciate it, and it's just always a blast, as I like to just have fun making this kind of content and picking up some awesome stuff for the rookie box and other PCs collections that I have. But with that said, just want to say thank you as well. Last thing for this video, you know, as I always like to say thank you. It's incredibly important to me to say thank you. I think it's just, you know, it's something that's really not done enough in society. And I think that for everything that y'all have done for me in terms of, you know, watching my stuff, interacting with me, talking, you know, meeting some of you at card shows and the like, it's the absolute least I can do is say thank you, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. So thanks for being you, and thanks for being such a tremendous. Almost said society. That doesn't make sense. Thanks for being such a tremendous group of people. That's the long and the short of it. But stop rambling once again. Get you all on out of here. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.